Hello, Bitcoin plebs and bulls. Today I had to make this video. Today, Monday, the start of the week, we just had a weekly close a few hours ago, and I had to make this video because on the Telegram groups, there's a lot of people discussing that they should sell everything because we are going to 20K, 10K, 5K, 3K, some even say zero. So it's really important that we make this video today, and the topic, of course, the title of the video is very explicit. Let's stop the nonsense and let's use our brains. Let's not be emotional, let's be rational, and let's look at the charts and see what's going on because people are getting crazy. I've seen some people asking, should I sell because I'm losing money? My positions are devaluated or negative, or yes, of course, if you bought at 69, of course you are devaluated. If you bought at 50, if you bought at 40, so all of those positions above the price, the current price, are of course negative. So what? You have to look at the charts and look at the rationality or use the rationality in your brains and stop using your emotions or feeling your emotions when you're in the markets. Because one thing is really important. If you are feeling desperate right now, you invested too much, more than you could afford to lose. And this is the number one rule in the markets: never invest more than you can afford to lose. So if you are feeling like that right now, and if your emotions are taking the best out of you, then it means you invested too much and you could not lose that money. Okay, but let's look at the charts. Let's try to use the rationality. Where should you buy? Where should you take profits? Where you should exit, or where should you DCA? This is the most important thing. So I'm getting back to the basics because it seems that on so many videos I've done so far in this channel, people still don't get it. Okay, stop emotions. Rationality is the key word today. Okay, so before that, let me just say that you can visit the website of this channel, of course, at fumoneypod.com, and of course we already have the new link for the Spotify podcast for the Portuguese channel. So if you want to listen to the podcasts we have on the Portuguese channel, and of course if you speak Portuguese or if you understand Portuguese, here is the link. If you click the yellow button on the network of channels of the FU Money channels, you have already the link to follow us on Spotify. And I have to update this one for Apple because I had to change it. The platform at Apple just got crazy last night, so I had to change it, but I will update this one, but you can already follow the one on Spotify. So that's it for the site website. Don't forget fumoneypod.com. Just visit. All the information, the current information is there, or all the channels you can follow, or groups in Telegram, or audio podcasts also. Okay, so let's go to the numbers before we look at the charts, and we are already going up. I wonder why we are going up, but I will just show you in the charts in a few seconds. So these are the numbers for today. 34,000, almost 34,200, actually 225, so it's going up like crazy right now. I guess we are reversing again. And that corresponds to only in the past 24 hours for spot volume trading, minus 3.3%. Minus 3.3%. And people are getting desperate because of 3% since yesterday. So yesterday everything was fine. We were about to, reverse the price action to the upside. Today, because we fell 3%, it's not even 3 anymore, it's 2.8%. People are getting crazy, desperate, and thinking about selling all the negative positions they have because the emotions are getting the best out of them. So Bitcoin, 34,110, and volume traded in the past 24 hours, only spot volume trading. This is not about derivatives. $13.15 billion. This corresponds to double the amount of the past 2 weeks. So a lot of Bitcoin is starting to being traded right now. Volume is increasing again in the spot market. Ethereum, 2,250, that's minus 7%. So Bitcoin is just below 3%, Ethereum 7% losses since yesterday, with $9.7 billion traded. So these are the numbers. I don't really care about all the rest of this. These are just shitcoins, so we don't care about that. And let me just check something, because I said shitcoin, so I bet I'm already limited on the videos. Not yet, but really soon I will be, because every time I say shitcoins, YouTube likes to limit my the monetization of the videos. So these are the numbers. We were at 33,500 this morning. We are now at 34,263. It's even less than 3% now. It's 2.8% and continues to climb. So let me go to the charts and show you something that you have to memorize. This is the basics of trading. Please memorize this. Not that, sorry, wrong window, this one. So I'm not even going to discuss the total market cap today. I'm going directly to the charts of the Pro Indicators Framework daily chart. This is all we have been going down since November last year. And only now, at the bottom, people are starting to freak out and allow the emotions to take care of the trading for them and not really thinking about what they have to do rationally. So, of course, I know many people, of course, invested too much. So that's why the emotions are taking care of everything right now. And they are, in charge. The emotions are in charge of that person. And that the only reason for that to happen is because the person invested too much. Okay? You cannot afford to lose what you have in the market right now. And that's why the emotions are in charge right now, instead of you, the rational part of you being in charge. And this is really important. This is where you have to draw a line when you feel the emotions that I'm losing all my money, and that means it was too much and you needed that money to be in fiat to, have your normal life without worrying or without losing your sleep because of the money you invested into the market. So, once and for all, let's understand where you take profits, where you get into the market again, or you start to buy, and where you start to DCA in a market like this. This is the Pro Indicators Framework. As you guys know, I use this a lot, but sometimes in the videos I skip this chart. I just show you the MRI chart, which in this case it's this one, but we will go there really soon. And let me just show you, I have marked on the chart the important areas. These are the important areas. The gray boxes are the context. Okay, this is the context of what is happening on this time frame. The bottom context is the support context. The top context is the resistance context. So, of course, this strategy relies heavily on a deviation from the mean strategy, which means that 50%, this blue line you guys see here in the middle, with a small zigzag here, this blue line represents the 50% of the context. This is exactly the middle of the context, which is now at around $53,500. So where or how does this strategy work? You have to take advantage of the biggest deviation from the mean possible, because the mean is the dump zone. In the mean here, on the 50% line of the context, you never know which way the market is going to go, if this is going up or if this is going down. But as long as the deviation from the mean increases, and this is the same for going down or going up, the probabilities of the market reversing to the other side increase. So this is the main strategy using the Pro Framework indicator. Okay, if you are deviating from the mean, the probabilities of a reversal increase, and this goes to the upside and to the downside. But look at this now. We have crossed the support context, and we are now below the support context. So what do you think the probabilities are right now? What is the biggest probability right now? I'm not saying that we are not continuing to go to the downside for some more time, but what are the biggest probabilities right now? Reversal of the price action, because we are completely deviated from the mean. So if the distance increases from the mean line, the more this distance gets bigger, the more probabilities of a reversal are in play. So right now, we are completely deviated from the mean below the support context, which means that there is not much more to sell. We are out of the context, completely away from the mean line here. So these are the areas to take into account when you use this strategy, which is the strategy I use. And if you follow the channel, of course, you are familiar with this strategy, or you should be by now. The red circle indicates take profit area. The green circle indicates buy area. And the yellow circle indicates DCA area. Okay, this is a very, very interesting area of interest here. It's really good to DCA and continue to follow this drop of the price, because the probabilities are extremely high right now. We are below the support context. The probabilities of reversal are getting extremely high. All the indicators show oversold, oversold, oversold. The daily is completely below the 30% line, and the weekly is getting to the 30% line. Everything is indicating oversold, and you guys know this already. You never trade inside the dump zone. You trade on the extremes, because the extremes have a very high rate or probability of reversing the price action. When we get to the resistance context, the probability of a reversal to the downside is very high. When you get to the support context, the probability of a reversal to the upside is very high. We are now exceeding all the probabilities to the downside. And if you zoom out here, look at this range. We have a range, and we are now exactly touching that range. So the range is made of these 2 points, the previous 2 all-time highs, and this bottom part of the range is, of course, a parallel to that line which touches the minimum price of July of 2021, which is the lowest price after the first all-time high. If you have this range, you see that the price goes up, goes down, goes up, and goes down. And look where we are right now. We are exactly touching. So this white line comes from the level of the July of 2021, the lowest price around 28,800, something like that. I don't remember the exact number. And now we just touched it here. And lo and behold, we were around 33,500 this morning, and we are now already at 34,200 and reversing the price action. So guys, if you think that you should sell right now, that's the dumbest decision that you can make. If you have negative positions right here, the technical and correct answer, and this is not financial advice, everyone should take care of their own money. And if you are feeling too much emotion right now, you have too much money invested into these markets, and you shouldn't have in the first place. But right now, technically, and this is not financial advice, technically, it's the wrong decision to sell your positions. Even if you are losing 50%, and if you are losing 50%, it means that you bought the all-time high. And you never buy the all-time high. That was your first mistake in the first place. No, the first mistake was getting too much money into the market, and your second mistake was buying at the all-time high. This is not the place to buy up here at 69,000 or 60,000 or 55,000. Where we are now, it's the place to buy. This is the place to buy, and up there in the red circle is the place to sell. So what to do right now? If you are feeling too much emotions and you have too much money invested into the market, if you sell your negative positions, you are confirming your loss. If you don't sell and you can handle this painful period right now, then that's the wisest decision to make. Because if you are confirming your losses, your money is gone. And I am buying your losses. Okay, this is my DCA area. So in fact, you are giving your money over to me and everyone else that is buying right now, all the institutions and whales that know what they are doing, because this is the area to buy. And if it continues to go down, you buy, or not you. The technical decision is to buy more, because I'm not trying to get you to buy more. This is not financial advice. You follow this channel if you want to learn about technicals and how to navigate the markets. I'm not going to ever tell you where Bitcoin price is going to be tomorrow, because no one knows. No one knows that. But I know where the technical areas of interest are. And that's what I'm going to tell you. Now, if you decide to use this information to buy something into the market, that's your problem. It's not financial advice. I know where to buy, and you should know what to do with your money. So, going to repeat myself because it's really important what I'm discussing here today. The red circle, the resistance context, is where you take profits. The green circle on top of the support context is where you start to buy. This is where you have nice interest of area of interest to get back into the market with some more positions. If it continues to go down, this is the area where you start to DCA, because the probabilities of reversal are extremely high. Okay, so I don't believe we are going below 30K. We might go for a week, like not a week in time of 7 days, but the week of the candle, it might go below 30. But I am willing to say that this will not happen for a long time, and we will immediately reverse to the upside like crazy, because the market is oversold, completely oversold. And according to the Pro Indicators framework, the bigger the distance from the mean line of the context, which is the blue line of 50%, the more the probabilities of a reversal increase. So, one, really important, never invest into the markets more than you can afford to lose. Number two, never buy where you should take profit, and never take profit where you should buy. Okay, because you are not taking profit where you should buy. You are actually taking a loss if you sell a negative position exactly on the area where you should buy. So you have to reverse, because this inverse rationality that your brain is telling you because of the emotions is wrong. So you have to reverse all that you are thinking right now in your brain. This is the area to get into the market. This is not the area to confirm your losses. This was a really important lesson that I think was due already for some time. And I actually had to do it today because I saw so many people in the groups, and also many people came to me privately in DMs on Telegram and Twitter asking me, is this where I should sell everything because we are going to 20K or 10K or zero, whatever? No, this is where you swallow the frog. You learn from your mistakes if you bought the all-time high, and you continue with your life, but not confirming your losses. This is very important to understand. Stop the emotions. Stop being desperate. If you need some help, of course, you know, some people make mistakes, really big mistakes. They lose a lot of money because they actually have to sell, because if they don't, then they cannot continue with their lives. But this is because they made the biggest mistake of all, which is to put into the market more than they can afford to lose. Okay, so don't do it. Lesson number one, never invest more than you can afford to lose. Lesson number two, never buy the all-time highs. You buy now. This is the area of interest, because the probabilities of a reversal are extremely, extremely high. This was the lesson for today. I hope that this helped you in some way, and I just want to put this in full screen so you guys can see it. Okay, context. The gray boxes are the context. I show this on the video so many times. When you get to the resistance context, this is the take profit. So again, I forgot to put this in full screen, but now you can see it very well. Here, the all-time high. This is the take profit area. This is where you take 25% off the table, 30%, 40%, whatever you need to secure your profits. You never sell in the green. The green is the entry point to the market, and the yellow is the DCA point into the market in small positions that gradually you start to get into the market as long as this continues to go down. If this reverses, then you stop DCAing and you ride the wave. But now, if you have made the mistake of buying there and wanting to sell here, well, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to manage your money, but this is really important. Never forget, the resistance context is take profit. The support context is buy into the market or get new positions into the market. The yellow area, this is really extreme. It almost never happens. It happened once here, and then it automatically adjusts the support context to that area after that, 1 month after. This is the area where you DCA, okay? So never forget that. This is a really important lesson. Now, let's take a look at the market really quickly because I don't want to make this a very, very long video, and I'm just going to move that here and see how are the reactions on the chat. I see a lot of questions here. I will try to address 1 or 2 questions in the end, but I just want to tell you guys, so we have another sell signal. We have the 100 pivot SMA on the weekly chart getting really close to the price action, and this is exactly at the same level as the lows of July last summer of 2021. So I see really strong support here. We are joining the 100 SMA with the same level of support we had in summer 2021, and this held the price. So I guess this is getting extremely high probability of a reversal, and I want to see it. I want to see that happen. I'm not saying that we could not go lower than the 30K. We might go lower than the 30K. We also did that here. We have several weeks, candle weeks going down and below the 30K level, and then immediately reverse to the upside. Now, can we go to 20K? Can we go to 5K? Can we go to 0? Yes, we can. The probability is there is 0.00001%, but we can. The probability is there. Now, it's up to you if the money that you invested can be lost. This is the important question that you have to ask yourself. Did I put too much? Well, only you can answer that and your emotions. Now, the probability, the lower we go, the higher the probability of a reversal. So keep your calm, cool your heads. This is really important here. You have to be calm. You have to cool down your heads and think with, use your reason, your rationality. You cannot allow the emotions to take the best of you, okay? So I hope this helped, and let me try to see if you have some questions here. I will leave this here because this is really important. The circles are really important. These are the areas that you have to understand. Dump zone is in the middle, in between the red circle and the green circle. So you never trade inside the dump zone. Then you have the areas of interest, and this will remain here while I check the questions. Let's see if we have any questions. That's interesting, but I was looking here at the. Let me check. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. So we have this one, which is the one I was reading. This comes from Philippe Rodrigues. If you measure the difference between the last all-time high and the previous all-time high, which is a difference of 4K, so it's around 4K, from 64,800 to 69, something like that. Then add those 4K to the last swing low. That gives us the current bottom at 34. So that's what you're describing. What you're describing in this comment is exactly the range channel I have on screen. This white, this range channel here, these white lines, I'm going to make them thicker so you can actually see them. So these 2 white lines, which is the ranging channel that we have with the 2 all-time highs and the low of July and the low currently low, describes graphically exactly what you're saying. So the difference from this point of the white line to this point of the white line here is those 4K, probably around 4K, or the difference from the all-time high here in April and the all-time high in November of 2021. So exactly, I didn't make this, the math on this, but I describe it graphically on the screen. Let me check here if we have. You already plotted that channel. We are in sync. Yep, again from Philippe. So this channel, actually, it's new. It's not the same channel that I had before. Before the channel started actually here, and it was going up like this from this low here where the parabolic move of the bull market started in October 2020. This was the lowest point of the channel. The second point of the lower part of the channel was the low of July 2021, and this one was going something like that, from the previous all-time high to the not the previous, so this is the previous, and this is the previous. So the top line was going parallel to this one, to the lowest one. But this one I just plotted yesterday. This is the new channel that we have now, because the range is now defining itself. And I plotted this channel before we got to 33. So just using the parallel between the two all-time highs and the lowest point of July 2021. And lo and behold, the price today just hit that level exactly today, when it went below $34 and $500. So this channel is defining itself, and it might indicate that it's really soon we can have a reversal of the price action. And that is one more reason for you not to confirm your losses and not sell negative positions. Please, guys, don't sell negative positions. This is not financial advice, but I feel confused when you say I'm going to sell my negative positions because I'm losing money. Well, if you sell them, then you are losing money. If you don't sell them, you are not losing money. You are just devaluated in your portfolio. Okay? So if you confirm your losses, then it's up to you to decide what to do. And let's see, I think you misunderstood me. I have sold some altcoins that were still on the green. I was not talking about you, Ricardo. I was not talking about you. This was about other people in the English channel, in the English group of the Telegram, on Telegram. It started there, and then I received some private messages also. And of course, I'm not even discussing altcoins because I don't discuss altcoins. They don't exist to me. So it's not about you. But yeah, I have sold some altcoins that were still on the green just in case it gets worse. I am buying BTC at the same time. Exactly. That's the exact decision that people should be thinking right now is, are we close to a bottom? Are we going to reverse? Because I want to increase my positions. I want to DCA to diminish the risk of the positions I have already negative in devaluation terms, of course, because you did not confirm your losses if you didn't sell. But as you DCA and you continue to go down, DCAing the price going down, you are diminishing the risk of the positions that you bought up there, because the average of all those positions, the average price decreases, so the risk also decreases. And this is really important. This is why DCA is so important, and you should not be thinking about selling negative positions unless you need them to survive. And in that case, you made the biggest mistake that you could have made, which is I've put too much more into the market than I could afford. Okay, so I hope the lessons of today were helpful for you guys, and I hope that you start to cool down your heads. Let me just remove this message from here. Sorry for that, and I'm going to put this back. So I hope the lessons of today, and I just want to show you the chart. The last chart of today is that we are still above the 30K level, which is the second line here, the lowest line on the graph. This represents the lows of the summer of 2021, and we are still in the middle of this half range here, which is the half of the biggest range that you saw in the previous chart. So we are just getting to the middle of this range right now. And actually, the probabilities that we break 30K are so slim that I'm not even going to discuss them right now. So the lowest line here, the second line from the top, is the 30K level. We are in the middle. And if you are desperate right now, you know what I said before, you have too much money invested into these markets. Okay, guys? So please cool down. The message for today is cool down your heads. Think straight, use your rationality, use your brains, and stop your emotions. This is really, really, really important. Okay? If you start to sell, you confirm your losses, and that's what your emotions want you to do. And that's what the whales want you to do. So think about it. The whales are just waiting down there for you to sell in negative position so that they can buy cheaper than you bought when you bought them up there. Okay? So I hope I helped you today to cool down your heads. Please use your brain. Don't do any mistakes. Don't do anything stupid. And keep calm and just be patient. Be patient, because the reversal of the price action is coming soon. Okay, it will be soon as the whales start to buy, because no one else is selling. Okay, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.